Hi, this is Jundo. Welcome to Tree Leaf. And today our subject is how to sit in Zazen. The lotus posture, the half lotus posture, the Burmese, sitting seiza on a bench, or sitting in a chair. What is the right way to sit Zazen? By the way, I'm up here. Good to see you today. And that's our subject. Now, some people have asked me why I wait to discuss the posture of Zazen. Shouldn't I be teaching that right at the beginning? And the answer is, many teachers do. But my belief is that, well, it is important to understand the taste that we are tasting in Zazen and then get to the posture. You see, Master Dogen taught that Zazen is enlightenment itself. And some people think that that means that assuming the lotus posture is enlightenment itself. But I believe that what Master Dogen meant is that our sitting of Zazen in that moment is just a perfect non-doing, without goal, without thought of achievement, nothing to add, nothing to take away. It is the whole universe sitting right there. And whether we're sitting cross-legged or sitting in a chair or standing on our head isn't really the point. Now don't get me wrong, the lotus posture is a marvelous thing. The Buddha sat that way. People sat that way to meditate for thousands of years before the Buddha. Every great Buddhist teacher has sat in the lotus posture, at least as far as I know. Master Dogen did. My teacher did. I do, though I have to confess, at the age of 40 with slightly arthritic knees, it got a little hard. And it gets a little harder every year. Now, I sit mostly the Burmese and the half lotus, and I try to sit in the full lotus about once a week. My theory is that yogis of India and great Zen masters were all skinny little men, while I'm a big fat American with thunder thighs. It's not that easy. I kind of look like an elephant sitting Zazen when I do, which you'll see in a second. But the lotus posture is to be honored and commended. There is something special about it. It is one of the reasons, if not the reason, it has been maintained for so long, is it is a position of tremendous stability. Sitting that way, the spine supported, well, it is easy to even forget the body at that time because it is so balanced, so perfectly poised. And we believe that mind and body are one, so that balance in the body yields balance in the mind. We might say it facilitates it, or they go together like hand in glove. But it is true too that many lay people, especially many Americans, including many, well, Western Zen Buddhist teachers, have difficulty with the full lotus, so they don't sit that way. Does that mean that they're doing Zazen wrong if they have to sit in a chair or the seiza bench? My answer is no, because again, the meaning of Zazen is enlightenment itself, is that sitting there is a perfect doing. There's no other place to be in the world at that time, no other accomplishment to accomplish. That is the meaning. But yet, if you can, I recommend the full lotus, followed by the half lotus, followed by the Burmese, a distant fourth seiza bench, though it's not bad. It also supports the back if you sit properly. And if you really need to sit on a chair, but there are ways to do that. It's not just sitting the normal way. There are ways to sit on a chair that, well, maybe I'll post something about it tomorrow. One of the things I recommend is if you need instruction on how to sit, one of the best things to do is consult a local yoga teacher. Bring your zafu, because sometimes they sit lotus directly on the floor and we sit on a raised cushion. But many of the best Zen teachers I know who have taught how to sit in the lotus posture are actually yoga practitioners themselves. And since Zazen is a form of yoga, it's really all the same way of sitting. They can teach you stretches, they can teach you ways to loosen up the knees and hips, and it's an excellent way to learn to sit in the lotus position. As a matter of fact, my experience in Japan was that a lot of Japanese Zen teachers just tell you to cross the legs, stretch the back, and leave you alone, while some good yoga teachers will really give you some pointers on how to get into that position. But anyway, let me show you now, and we're going to sit. Let's see. Let me show you now how to get into the Burmese position, the half lotus very quickly, and then my thunder-thighed lotus. Okay? Let's see. Okay. The Burmese is, you basically take one foot. Now the knees should be, I want you to see that, the knees should be flat on the floor. This is the most important thing. And if you're a beginner and you have trouble with that, it's sometimes possible to put pillows and little cushions down. But you must get your knees flat on the floor eventually to really get the benefit from this position. One foot goes in, the other foot just comes to the front, straighten the back, tuck in the chair, the chin, and that is the Burmese. Next, the half lotus is to bring one foot up on the thigh, like so. And the full lotus brings 2 feet up. And again, it's hard. There should not be so much pressure on the thighs. I'm going to tell you, I'm a good teacher about a lot of things. I don't claim to be the best teacher for how to sit in this position. That's why I recommend you find the yoga teacher. But this is the general idea. I much prefer, as I said, the Burmese, or the half lotus. This is the half lotus, and then we have the Burmese. But if you can manage a full lotus, I like to do it once a week or so just to stay in shape. Shall we sit this way today?